Common Core gets some uncommon reactions on this, the first day of the controversial testing. The English language arts tests were given today, and many parents did have their kids opt out. How many? We've been tracking the numbers for you all day long. We're going to start things out by going to the city of Troy and telling you the school district there had about 8% of the kids opting out. North Colony, well, that sat right around 13%. Same for Saratoga Springs. 14.5% in Bethlehem opted out of the test today. 15.5% in Albany. Here's Goodland and Scotia Glenville, both right around that 18% mark opting out. But here's where the numbers really get big. Burn Knox Westerlo, 34% of children refusing to take the test, nearly 43% in Ravenna, Queen, Selkirk. And in MOHONASEN, that's where more than half the students opted out of the Common Core test today. The school superintendent in Watervliet says when it comes to the Common Core discussion, she's never seen anything like it.
What's frustrating to me is I don't think parents are fully informed. I think the negative rhetoric and the games that are being played around children right now are clouding the whole picture.
Dr. Lori Kaplan says she respects whatever choices parents do make. Many parents who opt out say the test put too much pressure on their kids. Other Common Core opponents say it's all political and not a fair way to judge students and teachers. Now, leading up to today, much of our coverage has focused on those opting their children out of the test. But today, a large majority of parents did decide to let their children take the exam. Brandon Lewis is live in Niskayuna tonight, where about 90% of students took the test. And Brandon, many of them and others in Schenectady say they don't have a problem with the curriculum.
Yeah, that's right, Greg. One parent over in Schenectady said she didn't even give it a second thought. But another parent here said she initially had some reservations, but ultimately decided to let her daughter sit for the exam. Kim McClive-Reed's daughter was one of more than 1,500 Niskayuna students who took the Common Core exam. But she says that decision didn't come lightly, weighing concerns about a potential impact on the district's funding and teacher evaluations.
We have a very good school system here, very good schools, and I have no wish to see a negative impact on the schools by choosing to opt my child out. That said, I understand why other parents did, and I support that.
Leading up to the exam, some groups pushed parents to opt their children out of the test to protest new requirements. Do you have any reservations at all about sending them today?
Nope. They, generally were okay with it. They've done it multiple years. And they know that it's not the only determinant of whether they're going to do well at school. I think that kids need to learn that sometimes they have to overcome some challenges. At work, it wouldn't be an option to opt out, so we didn't opt them out.
Some students complained of anxiety in days leading up to Tuesday. VERONICA JAINATH says one girl in her son's class nearly panicked a few days ago, but made it through the test.
My daughter is in 3rd grade and my son is in 6th grade, so they both did it. So I asked them how it was. They said it was okay.
Did you think about even opting out at all?
No. I just sent them to school. There's no reason to keep them home.
And many superintendents that we spoke with today said they support the Common Core, calling it 21st century learning. Testing continues through the week, and results are typically made available by mid-August. We're live in Niskayuna tonight. Brandon Lewis, CBS 6 News.
All right, thank you very much, Brandon. As we mentioned at the top of this newscast, the highest local opt-out rate came from MOHONASEN. Late this afternoon, we spoke with the district's assistant superintendent of curriculum, who tells us this is a serious cause for concern as it could lead to sanctions and the possible withholding of funding.
You can be identified as a focus school, and so you have to comply with some certain plans. There's a potential that if you get federal monies, then some of those monies may have to be reallocated, and you may not have the control over them that you had before being identified as a school. But we're not really sure exactly what's going to happen. I don't know that it's going to be positive.
And late today, we got a statement from the Board of Regents Chancellor Merrill Tisch, who wrote in part, quote, "Those who call for opting out really want New York to opt out of information that can help parents and teachers understand how well students are doing. We cannot go back to ignoring the needs of our children," end quote. And we will keep an eye on these numbers for you coming into our newsroom, and what happens because of all this. You can follow the stats at CBS6Albany.com.